Oh shit, it's Autolycus. I think out of every streamer I've played with, I've played with Autolycus the most by like 10 games. A long shot. And I lost to him again. Anyways, welcome back to episode 11 of the NA Climb, you know? The final episode. The reason the NA Climb is ending is because the season has unfortunately ended and there'll be no time to hit Grandmaster or Challenger. I wish I had more time. If I did, I guarantee I would have went a lot further. But unfortunately, I started the challenge 3 months before the season ended, which I probably should have thought about. But, you know, that's alright. We got really far, and today will be the peak and the top of where I reached. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Maybe it's a surprise. I don't know. With that being said though, I did want to make this episode a bit more special. And usually I talk about just games I had that were really good, just good games. Today I'll be going over more streamer games I had of other streamers, and also just reflecting on the climb in general. I'll be honest, with this NA Climb sort of video format, I'm not very happy with the way I structured and formatted these videos. I will say I was very inspired to do this journey because I want to see how far once again NA, right? I think it's really fun to play against a lot of streamers and pro players, and I'm absolutely blessed to play against so many amazing people I've looked up to, you know? It was a new experience when playing in AEST, and for that I'm eternally grateful, right? If I played at earlier times, for those that know, I usually play at 7 PM for Sydney, Australia, which would be around 1 AM for NA, so I'm playing at absolutely demonic times, which means a lot of normal NA streamers aren't on. Still, I was able to catch a lot of people, and it was fun playing against them, especially seeing a lot of these people react to the Fallow Yorick, and I don't want to put up my own ego, but playing against a really good, the best Fallow Yorick. As good as the Fallow Yorick can be on 200 ping, which is, I must say, quite a big detriment. This sounds weird, especially in the context of League of Legends, but the ping has sort of strengthened me as a player, especially in my confidence. Being able to achieve one of the highest rank in League of Legends, playing against some amazing players, and winning against them with arguably one of the worst champions in top lane, it brings a smile to my face, right? It really does make me excited for the EUS climb I'm doing on the 14th. Mark your calendars, 14th of January. Well, I'll be going the 14th or probably around 15th, 16th. I want to make 2023 a great year, and honestly, I will be revisiting NA in the future. So yeah, be excited for that. With that being said, let's get into the games. So the first game I want to get into was a game where the enemy picked my Yorick, Rizuzu. So this guy actually goes in my chat every now and then, and he plays Yorick. It's pretty tight. He's a Masters NA Yorick player as well. And I think it's fun to go over this game because I'm the best Yorick player in the universe, right? So I like to critique some of his gameplay, and hopefully some of you guys can learn as well. So the first mistake he makes is level 1, he actually tries to poke me and go for hits on me, which is pretty ridiculous. He also learns E level 1. Against Nasus specifically, learn Q, you know? You want to stack up Graves so that you can threaten him later on at level 3 or 4. So him learning E delays that Grave stacking, which really screws this early game over, and I'm able to get quite a sizable lead because of it. Nasus early game is weak, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near as weak as some people think it is. Also level 2 who goes for a pretty meaty trade. Not good. The reason I say it's not good is because level 3 or 4, there is no threat, I'm not scared. So you can see here, I just heal back up with my lifesteal with passive, and I'm full HP, and what can he do in the position? He has 4 Graves right now, but he's way too low mana and health to actually threaten me with. He can go for a pretty nice trade, but it'll be a close fight, and honestly, look at this, right? He can't really do anything, and I can just sort of fight back, and yeah, honestly, it's whatever. Unfortunately, my ping is actually really bad, so I can't really fight back. It's really hard to space and position well, and I'm actually forced to back because of it. Ultimately, this leads to a pretty good position for him, but do not do that in usual games, especially if the Nasus is good. You can probably do it against worse than Nasus, which is what I am. I'm not a very good Nasus player, and also I gotta say, guys, the ping doesn't help. I accidentally get myself into a bit of a skedaddle. He has a really good position and I can't really clear it out. Also failed to auto queue the wall because I'm a bit of a buffoon, and I die here to his ignite. I probably could have lived if I just ran in a straight line, but I was scared he was gonna eat. Also, another big tip, you can greed of Yorick, but don't greed against a guy who has both power spikes with City Boost and Sheen. It's just really greedy. Come on guys, don't do that, that's silly. I get ganked by the enemy Diana, and you can see they spawn Herald, and you can see the wave's quite big. yeah, I lose my third tower, I lose my inner tower. The good thing is that it's 15 minutes only, so I can actually farm up for the rest of the game, and I don't need to do anything. And here's the thing, right? Because I'm able to safely farm, Yorick can't really do anything because, you know, he can't go top lane anymore, right? Because this is frozen, so I'm able to just farm and chill. And I get to a point where I'm actually pretty strong. This is really bad. With Yorick, you just want to shut down Nasus really hard. And if you push 3 towers, the Nasus is never going to come out of his own base, right? You can see in this 1v4, I actually do really well considering the fact that I had a really shit earlier game. And this Baron fight, I'll let it explain itself. Pure domination. And this is where the difference between me and the average Yorick main goes. If I was in that same Yorick's position with the Rift Herald, I would have told Diana to fuck off and not get the Herald. Even if she still placed the Herald down, I would have taken only T2 tower and then stole the enemy camps. Going beyond T2 tower at 15 minutes is pretty much inting. I'd say when Baron is spawned, that's when it's okay, but before 20 minutes, you're crossing the line, pal. Yeah, I'm playing against a... Is that fake? Or is that real? Is that real? Is that actually Jojo Pyun? Holy fuck! It's Jojo Pyun! Not only did I not get mid lane, this was the only time I interacted with Jojo Pyun the entire game. And that's the problem of being a top laner. You never really interact with any other lane, really ever, honestly. And you see at the end of the game, I'm 1-2-0. I interacted with the enemy opponents about like, I don't know, once this entire game, nothing happened. Yeah, that's slip pushing life for you. GG's, I guess. The next game I'm playing against Trundle top, an Olaf and Trundle 2-trick. He's a pretty goddamn nice person. I hang out in his chat every now and then, and he has one of the most unique Twitch command chats sort of usage I've ever seen from any Twitch channel, honestly. So what he does is, he has an exclamation mark champion for every single matchup for Trundle. So if you type exclamation mark Olaf, right, he'll explain how Trundle beats him, and it's super interesting. I considered implementing it into my sort of channel, but I think it's sort of redundant because I have a spreadsheet, and also I don't want to completely rip off his idea, right? Anyways, let's talk about the matchup. So I played against him, and something I found really interesting was it is really evident that he has not played against any either good Yorick players or he doesn't have much experience playing against Yorick. And that's why I think I'm probably the best Yorick in the world, and that's because I just know the limits of Yorick so well, and I'm able to abuse those who don't know how to play against Yorick, which is about the entire population of the League of Legends except for the OS community, and I'm able to bend that to my advantage. So I was able to win the matchup pretty safely and easily, and honestly it's just really easy to bully not bad players per se, just people who don't know how to play against Yorick. I don't have much I really want to say about the matchup or playing against Trundle top. I've said all I wanted to say. Instead, I just want to talk about the videos and the NA climb videos specifically. So I spent a lot of time making these videos, some more than the other. I remember grinding one out, I spent like a day on it, but most videos take a couple weeks or many days to make. And initially, I was really excited to do this idea. I just wanted to do this series to sort of push editing to the max and sort of see how far I can go. Watching someone like Settled, who's a RuneScape YouTuber who made the very famous series of the Mauritania 2 for 0.4k hours, just a challenge sort of run, right? I wanted to do something similar to that. Unfortunately, League of Legends is probably the shittiest game to ever just watch and do, so that's why it was a lot harder for me to do it. Though I do not regret doing this challenge because I have learned a lot of editing tricks, I have learned a lot of stuff, but it definitely does sadden me to say that the last few episodes have not been up to par to what I expect of myself. It's very great to see you guys still appreciated it and love the videos. Also, another huge problem I had with the series was, because I spent a lot of times making the video, I also streamed I streamed a lot of the NA climb. So I would spend around 4 or 3 hours each stream, and I just spend the entire time playing NA solo queue, right? Editing 4 hours of footage done every day is the most miserable experience, not a miserable experience, but it's terrible. It's just, oh my lord, right? Because of that, the videos are very late, and something I found with the sort of the League audience is that anything behind patch, for example, let's say video 3 or 4 patches, right? I feel like most people aren't really motivated to watch it. The reason being they just want to watch the most recent videos, right? Like, oh shit, patch 12.13, that's the current patch. I want to watch footage of that. Why would I want to watch patch 12.7 videos, right? Something I found also watching the older episodes of the series that I actually provide quite a lot of really educational advice. A lot more than I expected. I was going to be focused on the journey side of things, but I ended up being focused more so, this is how you beat Aurelia, this is how you beat Nasus, and honestly, it's pretty tight. Another thing I'm very happy about in sort of this climb is I was able to play against low elo players. So I don't mean playing against low elo players and like, oh, I mashed them, bullied them, right? But I was able to understand how low elo players play in a different style and gameplay wise. And because of that, I'm able to give also pretty good advice because of it. And the advice, if I had to say to give to you guys, if you are all bronze, silver, gold, is get heroes. Everybody ignores heroes in low elo for some reason, so, you know, go for it. And alas, I can finally put the verdict on whether NA or AEST is better. And I can safely say, after all of this, because it's the finale, that both regions fucking suck balls. But NA players tend to not know what Yorick does more than AEST players. The reason being, AEST is a very small community, so everybody's used to my antics, and on NA, there are no notable Yorick players. In fact, I have a challenge for you guys. Name one current, popular and high elo Yorick player in NA. I'll give you 30 years. Nobody. Every one of them has either moved to a different champion, or they just don't play League, etc, etc. Also, one final thing I wanted to say about this is commentary for myself, honestly. But one thing I learned about myself was that one final thing is that I found myself to not be the best editor ever, and that's something I learned while making these videos. I did do a lot of sort of editing and different techniques and stuff, and I'm pretty satisfied with it, but I can't do anything hectic, cinematic, movie, film, stuff like that. Or at least I can't now, or within the next year or so. Instead, I'm pretty proud of my commentary sort of style, so I think I'm gonna stick to that. I'm also a firm believer that I'm a very funny man, so I'm gonna be focused on my personality in the next videos and so. With that being said, let's get back into the games! What is this? What? Oh my god, don't. Why? That fucking takes 3 autos. This is just a joke. Why is my maiden getting one shot, hello? My maiden's gonna die to it. What the fuck? Guys, how am I meant to... Guys, explain how am I meant to stop this push? Explain it to me, guys! What the fuck do I do? What's the counterplay? What am I meant to do? I'm playing Attack on Titans! I can't move! I can't move, man! It's Baron buffed, dude! Okay, this is good. Finally, we killed him. Nice GG's. Dude! I kinda wanna play Velvet.
Do it! Dreams don't die.
That's gonna die. Oh my god! No! Oh, I did a bad W here. And with this final game on NA, this was the peak. The peak of what I had gotten in Season 12 in League of Legends on NA with 200 ping. 353 LP Masters. Could I have gotten higher? Maybe. Am I still proud and happy with what I've gotten? No! Next season, I will achieve higher. Higher than what is beyond possible. And I will hit challenge in NA with 200 ping. But first, I'll take a pit stop to AEST and dominate there. Get ready for the 15th or the 16th or the what? I don't know. One of those dates. Get ready though.